Friends, I'm back. I'm sorry about yesterday. Really, really sorry about that. I started a new job 2 weeks ago, and so balancing this podcast and my new job and waking up and being like ready to go for my new job, like it's a lot. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best. I'm going to power through and do as many podcasts as I possibly can. Hopefully, not miss any more, like and all the way through the finals. But if I got to get my sleep, I got to get my sleep, guys. But anyways, let's go. We got 10 games to go through. First game up for the Friday slate. We have the Boston Celtics at the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat freaking suck. God, I hate that team. They just lost to the Clippers. And when the Clippers had a back-to-back, no Kawhi Leonard, no Norman Powell, no Ben Simmons, and they had a completely healthy roster. And they still got rolled by Bogdanovich and James Harden from the Clippers. So, in the game before that, they lost to the Charlotte Hornets. They suck, guys. They suck. Everybody's available except for Alec Burks. He's questionable. Let's see. This is the front end of a back-to-back for them. It is. They play at Memphis on Saturday. So this will be the fifth game of a 5-game homestand. They've lost 5 in a row. They've lost 6 out of their last 7. This team's not a good NBA team, guys. Something's going on there. I don't know what it is because the roster that they have playing actually isn't like. In my opinion, it's okay, and they're gonna make the play-in. So like they actually have a shot to still make the playoffs. So Eric Spoelstra is probably still preaching like, hey guys, even if we don't want to make the playoffs or the play-in tournament, we're gonna make the play-in tournament. So we need to figure this shit out and try to be a good basketball team. We'll see if that happens or not. For the Celtics, they got a lot of people on the injury report per usual. Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, all questionable. Kristaps Porzingis is questionable. He did play last game, I believe, or did he not play against the Thunder? I forget. Al Horford is probable. I think. Let's see if they have a back-to-back. If they have a front-end back-to-back here, if they play Saturday, they will rest some people, guys. They always do. Oh, they do. Okay, so they play at Brooklyn on Saturday. It's a known thing, guys. The Celtics have done this the past 2 seasons. They literally sit one guard, either Drew Holiday or Derek White, with either Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. And then the next night, they'll rest those 2 guys, and then they'll play the other 2 guys that rested the night before. That's what they're going to do. So 2 guys are going to sit out here, guys, most likely, if not either Brown or Tatum at worst, okay? So already put that into your head, like that's going to happen. I promise you guys that's going to happen. So the spread is at +7 for the Heat. And +7.5, +8, it's climbing. Totally agree with that. I don't agree with it, but I understand that move. The over/under's at 215.5. It's tough with Boston, guys, just because Boston plays under games. But here, I kind of like over. I think I know it's hard taking over games with the Heat, but I don't think Boston's serious or really in the mood for this game. I like over. I think Miami gives a good effort here. I like the +8 that I'm seeing. I'm tempted to bet it, even though I keep talking trash about the Heat, and the Heat suck. But the roster that they're throwing out there is going to figure it out eventually, guys. They're going to keep some game close. They're going to start covering some point spreads here. All right, and I lean over. Next game up, we got Indiana Pacers at the Philadelphia 76ers. And Indiana completely healthy off that wild win against Milwaukee. But come on, Halliburton. Just missed the freaking free throw, man. Go into overtime. Cash my over bet. Like, come on, man. Oh, gosh. So annoying, guys. They play. This is a front end back-to-back for them as well. They play Saturday at Milwaukee. So the rematch of what they just played on Tuesday. So that'll be a really good spot for Milwaukee on Saturday. Got to keep that in mind. For Philadelphia, a lot of people are on the injury report per usual. Lonnie Walker's out. Kyle Lowry's still out. Tyrese Maxey is still out. Paul George is out. Obviously, Embiid's still out. So Andre Drummond's questionable. Justin Edwards is questionable. Alex Reese is questionable. And I honestly don't hate what they're throwing out there to the 76ers. It's just we can't so like this is the thing about the NBA guys. The home road dichotomy is a legitimate situation for some teams. Like the Hornets suck on the road for the most part. The 76ers have shown their last 5 games or so they suck on the road, guys. They just give up. They don't give a fuck. Like they don't. Okay. To lose to Toronto the way they did when Toronto sat Emmanuel Quickley, Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji, like literally everybody. I mean, they were starting A.J. Lawson out there. I never heard of A.J. Lawson before in my life, guys. Okay, like they started 3rd and 4th string guys for Toronto, and it's like Kelly Oubre, Quentin Grimes, Andre Drummond, like they had no pride. They had no pride, guys. They have no pride. The only reason they have pride at home is because the fans will let them hear about it, and they're still going to go to the game. So it's an interesting situation. There's no back-to-back. Indiana has a very much bigger game on deck on Saturday. Philly actually gives a fuck at home. Let's see what the spread is. Oh, yeah, plus 11. I'm there. I'm there, guys. Sign me up. Sign me up. I know that's crazy, but there's one thing that's for certain. Indiana does not care at all on the road. Well, in spots where like they overlook teams on the road, guys. They don't. Let me see real quick just to back this up. They just lost the last 3 in a row on the road. Now I know that was without Halliburton, but they lost at Miami. I think that was without Halliburton too. They only beat Washington by 4 points on the road. Like guys, their road, they only beat Utah by 1 point. Like this is what I'm saying. And they have a big game on Saturday. No. Sign me up. Philadelphia plus 11. That's a for sure bet. That's a for sure bet. Philly's going to actually show some pride. They actually have some decent shooting on the bench of late. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get there with Philly plus 11. And then I can only lean over 233 with a game with the Pacers. And the 76ers at home, I'm telling you guys, they're going to shoot the ball a little better. I like that game to go over a lot. I think I'm going to bet both of those sides, guys. Okay, next game up. We got, if I can pull it up here. We got, come on, Clippers at the Hawks. It's an interesting spot. I already like the Clippers. I'm pretty positive I'm going to bet the Clippers here. It's climbing that way too. It's Clippers minus 3.5. It opened up minus 3, so a little bit of money on the Clippers. And the reason, like my initial thought process is on the Clippers, is because the Hawks can't play defense. So if the game's tight down the stretch and I need a team to get stops, the Clippers will get you a couple stops. So I really like the Clippers in here, guys. Let me just make sure Kawhi's playing. Hold on, sorry, I'm putting down the Philadelphia plus 11. Okay. Yeah, everyone's good to go except for Norman Powell and Ben Simmons, but those guys have been out. Let me just double check. Oh, Ben Simmons is questionable, so he actually might play. That'd be good. He had some good depth to the bench. Yeah, Norman Powell's out for like another couple of days or something like that. Now the Clippers, they haven't been able to string wins together, especially on the road. They won 3 in a row at home on their homestand, but before that they had lost 6 out of 7. And all those were on the road. So, they beat Miami. That was good. That was a good win. This last game of their road trip, and then they go back home for a couple games. This is a good spot. This is a good spot for them. Friday night in the A, though. That's the only thing, guys. It's the only thing. Friday night in the A, man. It's going to be a good home crowd, guys. It's going to be a good home crowd for Atlanta. Trae Young and Clint Capella are on the injury report. Let's see. Capella's questionable. Trae Young's probable. Trae Young should play. He's been kind of iffy recently, but he should play. They've won 4 in a row, all at home. This is the 6th game of a 6-game homestand for them. They've only lost once to Milwaukee. Beat Indiana without Halliburton, beat the 76ers, who are shit, beat the Hornets, who are shit. So they really didn't beat much on this homestand. No front end back-to-back for either of these teams. Sign me up, guys. Sign me up. That Clippers, that's going to be an official bet. I really do like them to get the win here. Total, 231. It's high for a reason. Hawks don't stop anybody. I lean over. I don't feel amazing with that, with the Clippers. Clippers like to play defense, like to play slower, but I still lean over just a little bit. All right, next game up. We got the Hornets at the San Antonio Spurs. And San Antonio, De'Aaron Fox is done for the year, guys. He's done for the year. Wemby's done for the year. Both those guys, their two best players, are done for the year. He's getting his hand surgery or something like that for De'Aaron Fox. So, you know, the Spurs have still been playing okay. They've still been playing okay. I mean, not really good, but I mean they've been fighting hard, is what I mean. They try really hard. It is a front end back to back. They played New Orleans on Saturday. Charlotte is fully healthy with the guys that have been playing. LaMelo's good. Miles Bridges, Mark Williams, Seth Curry, Nick Smith Jr., Josh Green. Like they're good. They're healthy guys. Everybody is healthy. So let's see here. They just lost to Atlanta by 13. Before that, they had 2 outright wins against the Nets and the Heat, like I mentioned. No front end back to back for them here. So just San Antonio. So let's take a look at the line. Let's see what it is. -4 to the Spurs. -3.5. I'm sorry, guys. The Spurs can't stop anybody, but at the same time, the Hornets are just a bad team. Like, San Antonio's going to try here. Spurs -3.5. Sign me up. That'll be an official bet. Clippers official bet. Philly +11 official bet. I'm going to win some fucking money today. All right. Next game. Oh, first that over. I like over, and I know I keep saying all the overs today, but San Antonio can't stop anybody, guys. Anybody. That might be the better bet to make here. Over 230.5. Spurs been playing fast. They can't stop anybody. Hornets, they like to play to the road team style of play. Atlanta scored like 123 on them. Spurs can get to 120 as well. And, you know, they'll only need to get to 117. You know what? Forget Spurs -3.5. Spurs team total. They keep going over that with ease. That's going to be the best bet. Just take the spread out of the equation, man. Just take the Spurs team total over. Next game up, we got the Mavericks at the Rockets, and this is another game, guys. So the Mavericks can't stop anybody. Just look at this, guys. Look at all the points they have given up, guys. Look at the points they have given up. First, let's take a look at the injury situation. PJ Washington is questionable. If he plays, it changes my mind a little bit, just because he adds a little bit of size down low that they really don't have. Dante Exum is questionable. Kai Jones is questionable. Jaden Hardy will be out. Brandon Williams is questionable. Brandon Williams played last game. I really like that guy a lot. He's actually a bright spot to the Mavericks situation right now. Okay, this is how many points the Mavericks have given up, guys. 126, 129, 125, 122, 137, 122, 132. Literally, not even just over 120. Over 122 points in 7 straight games, guys. Since Kyrie's been hurt, they give up 122 points, guys. And on the road, they're even worse. They give up at least 126 points in the 3 games that they've played on the road. Okay, for this game right here, over-under is 224. So divide that by 2, that's 112. Divide the spread by 2, that's 6. So the Rockets need to get to 118. The team total will be 117.5. Sign me up. Sign me up. Okay. Dallas can't. They play small. They got no bigs. They can't stop a soul, guys. And yeah, I actually think they want to play fast. So team total over 118. I played up to 120, 119, 120 and a half. I think they get to 121. Houston does. That's the best bet, for my opinion, in that game. The spread of being minus 11 and a half. I don't know. Dallas is kind of scrappy. They actually might be able to cover that. Everyone's good to go for the Rockets except for Amen Thompson. So they'll be locked and loaded here. Let's see if Houston has a big game on Saturday. Let's see what's going on in that situation. They play at home against Chicago. That's a fast-paced team now, guys. That only concerns me a little bit because, Houston will. They could rest people. It's just an Eastern Conference game. They kind of in the standings there. Where are they in the standings? Let's take a look for Houston in the standings. Let's see. They're fifth. Oh, they're in a little bit of a dogfight. They do want to win. Maybe they kind of do coast. I'm gonna trust my guns here, guys. I like Houston to get over that team total, guys. Winners of 4 straight, scoring the ball really well, playing really well. They should get over that number. All right, next game up. It's a good game right here, guys. Got the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Memphis Grizzlies. These teams just played like 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Time is like molding together for me. Oh, stop it. Don't tell me Donovan Mitchell out for this game, guys. Oh, he's out. Oh, no way. Oh, guys, I have faded the Cavs every single game Donovan Mitchell's been out for the last 4 games. It is an automatic money printer. DeAndre Hunter's probable. Ty Jerome's back in the lineup. Those 2 guys were both out. The UVA, the Wahoos were out last game. Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter. Ty Jerome does mean, and when Ty Jerome plays with Garland, Ty Jerome settles down that offense, keeps everything in rhythm like Donovan Mitchell does. Darius Garland plays sporadic. He doesn't keep everything in sync and smooth and under control. Ty Jerome does do that. Okay, so that's a really big player to be playing in this game for them. That was missing last game, but still, anyways, look at these last 4 games without Donovan Mitchell. Brooklyn, they failed to cover, only won 109-104. Portland, they should have lost that game. They were at home. They had to come back from like 20 points down. They only won by 4 in overtime. That was without Donovan Mitchell. That was on March 2nd. Another game without Donovan Mitchell was, let's see here, Toronto. It was at home against Toronto on Thursday, January 9th. They only won by 6, 132-126. And there was another game too, guys, where he sat and it was it at Houston? I forget. It was one more other game, guys. But anyways, when he's out, man, you got to find a way to play the other team, guys. You got to. And for Memphis, Jaren Jackson Jr. is questionable. He can actually play in this game. Santi Aldama's ruled out. Everybody else is good to go, locked in, ready to go. Now the Grizzlies have playing a little better, but not covering point spreads. So they've won their last 3 in a row, but they haven't covered the last 3 in a row. So they've won and not covered. And Dallas, they won, but they covered barely. Barely. They shouldn't even cover that one, guys. So they've only had 1 cover in their last 7, 8 games, something like that. 9 games. 9 games, guys, since they played Cleveland. But the closing number was technically a loss or a push. So, man, this team can't cover spreads, guys. They can't. They have a front end back-to-back with Miami on Saturday. Cleveland, no back-to-back here. They play at home against Orlando on Sunday. Man, that's tough. +2, guys. I still think it's worth the play. I do. I still think Memphis +2 is worth the play, guys. I don't love it with Ty Jerome being in there, just because Ty Jerome is really just freaking balling this year, guys. That's kind of tough. I still lean Memphis for sure. Over unders 245.5. I'll lean under. Memphis has been playing under recently. They haven't gotten over that total since March 3rd against Atlanta at home. You know, Cleveland also has not scored over 120 points since March 4th. Maybe that means they're both due for an over. This game did get to 152 last time they played, but Donovan Mitchell played. You know what? I think that under's worth a flyer. Maybe do Cavaliers team total under if you don't trust Memphis to get it done. It'd be 123, 124. Yeah, I don't. I mean, they could get to 124. They could get to 120. Memphis doesn't play defense, but just the way the game's been going recently, I kind of like that, guys. I kind of like that actually. Cleveland team total under 123.5. I think so. I think that's a winner too, guys. I might play both of those. Okay, next game up. We have the Orlando Magic at the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a big ass spread, minus 10.5 to the home favorites, Minnesota. Totals at 208.5. I like that over. I'm already thinking about that over. We got to see who Orlando plays. They played yesterday against the New Orleans Pelicans. They won 113-93. Took care of those boys. Man, fuck the Pelicans, man. Tired of that sorry ass team. But it's annoying, right? Because they've actually been playing better, the Pelicans. But then tonight, like, they look how I thought they always look. And they were at home, and they usually play really damn well at home. But not tonight, man. It's just probably a bad matchup for them. Magic were like, no, we play defense. You guys aren't going to run on us. And that's probably what happened. I didn't watch the game. That's probably what happened. Let's see here. Boncaro, 34 minutes. Franz Wagner, 35 minutes. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 32. Corey Joseph, 30 minutes. Cole Anthony did miss the game last second. He was a late scratch in tonight's game. So maybe he does play today against Minnesota. He'd be fresh. That'd be a really good addition. These guys are young. These guys have been playing. I think all these guys play. The Magic need to keep winning to try to get a better play-in spot. Probably not going to make the playoffs. Detroit looks like they're going to hold on to that 6th seed in the East. So Magic need to keep playing well here. I think they give a really good effort. Minnesota's on fire right now, guys. I still think, and like this is the crazy thing, guys. So in like sports betting, it's like there's patterns, there's matchups, there's spots, and then there's current form. Like those 4 things, in my opinion, that helps mold and shape current spreads and lines and totals. Minnesota's won 6 in a row. They have covered, and of course, the only one fucking time I bet them they didn't fucking cover. They won, but they didn't cover against Miami. That's been my luck this year, guys. That's been my freaking luck this year. It's so damn annoying. So frustrating, guys. One time I bet Minnesota, they don't cover. They win, but they don't freaking cover. No front end back to back for them. First game of a 5-game homestand Friday night. I think that over is the best way to go. I really like that over. Minnesota's scoring really well. Minnesota's not going to take this game seriously. Magic are going to be a little tired. I really like that over a lot. I'm probably going to bet that, guys. I just probably want to make sure I get more. I think that goes over pretty easily, man. I think it does. Let's take a look at the Magic's road schedule really quickly. Let's see here. All right, the Magic last couple road games, how many have they scored? At Houston, only 84, but at Milwaukee, they put up 111. See, that's what I'm saying. If they get into the hundreds, guys, this game's going to go flying over. And I think they do. I really think they do. At Atlanta, they put 114 up. At Denver, that was the second night back-to-back. It's kind of the same situation. Travel spot, too. They only put up 90 against Denver. But before that, they put up 130. I think this game goes over, man. I don't see why it doesn't, honestly. I really don't see why it doesn't. Their last 2 games went under. They're an under team. Man, this game going over, guys. I really like this game to go over. Minnesota's been scoring with ease. Like even against at Miami, they got to 210 on against Miami. I think Orlando's a better offensive team than Miami right now, and that was at Miami, where the pace is dictated by Miami, like the home team, more times than not. Minnesota's going to shoot the ball freely tonight. Man, sign me up, guys. That's a play for me. Over 208 points. Orlando, Minnesota, or just Minnesota team total over. If you just don't trust Orlando on a second night of back-to-back, that seems really easy money to me, guys. Okay, next game up. We got the Toronto Raptors going out to the West Coast. Well, the mountains. Utah, Salt Lake City. Utah got slapped on the wrist. No, they didn't get slapped on the wrist. They got beat down a little bit, guys. They got fined by the NBA for $100,000 for not playing players that were actually capable of playing. And I've been calling it out on this podcast for the last 2 months now, how it's just complete bullshit that these teams get away with it. And guess what? Lauri Markkanen was questionable. His ass freaking played last game against whoever they played against. I forget. So now Utah's going to start playing everybody. They're going to start playing all their starters. They don't want to get in freaking trouble. So Utah's already been a money printing machine against the spread. I think they keep doing it, guys. Everyone's good to go except for John Collins and Keontae George. Those two guys are... Collins is out. Collins sucks, so it doesn't matter. I'm glad that he's out. I'd rather have Ju Zhang, Bryce Sensabaugh, Filipowski, and Keontae George is questionable. I tell you what, man, these Jazz players, they don't want to get fined again. Not the Jazz players, but the Jazz organization. They don't want to get another $100,000 fine. If these guys are good, are capable of playing, they're gonna freaking play their ass. They're gonna play their asses. So, yep, and it makes sense. Jazz are a favorite right here. They're minus 1 point favorite. Toronto is playing better. They still got a lot of people out right here. Grady Dick is out. Jakob Poeltl is out. Mogbo is out. Agbaji is questionable. Scotty Barnes is questionable. And Jacoby Walter is out. So Scotty Barnes and Agbaji, if they play alongside Emmanuel Quickley, Jakob Poeltl, RJ Barrett, that's a really good game. I love the over. These two teams just played too, and Toronto won kind of easily too. And I think I was on the Jazz that game. I was so pissed off because I kept betting the Jazz and I couldn't win with them. But they've been winning money for me recently, guys. Let's see. So home road dichotomy for Toronto. They just won 3 out of 4 at home. They beat Orlando on the road, and they had a lot of people healthy, ready to go in that game too. Before that, they had lost at Chicago, and they should have won. Emmanuel Quickley fouled Kobe White, down 4 points. Kobe White hit a 3 and the free throw for a 4-point play with 3 seconds left. How do I know? I was on Toronto that game. Unfucking believable. That's been my luck this year, guys. I don't know what it is, man. This betting shit can be freaking crazy, man. No front end back-to-back for Toronto. No back-to-back at all for them. Let's see Utah. Let's see their situation at home here. They're off Saturday. No back-to-back for them either. I lean Utah minus 1. I don't feel great about that. Total's 227. I love the total over here. If Scotty Barnes plays with RJ Barrett, if Scotty Barnes plays, I love the over here, guys. I'm gonna write that down. I like that over a lot too. Toronto on the road, I like the over. Toronto at home, I like the under. Utah minus 1. I don't know, guys. I don't trust Utah to win, man. I don't trust Utah to win. I can't do that. Toronto could win that game. Toronto's a better team, honestly. Effort wise, want to wise, like winning wise. Like I know Utah at home gives a lot of effort. They play really hard at home. They win at home, but I can't do it. I like that over a lot more, guys. Okay, 2 games left. We got the Lakers. Lakers suck. Without their 3 defensive players, they suck, guys. Luka, they played last night. They lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. I called that game correctly. I did not bet Milwaukee minus 6.5. I wish I did. I said on my over breakdown that I liked them to smoke them. They did smoke them. I had the over in that game. That cashed over 227. That cashed pretty easily. LeBron's day to day. I still don't think he plays in this game. Yeah, he's out. He's out. LeBron's out. Rui Hachimura's out. Jackson Hayes was questionable yesterday. Did not play. He may play, guys. He may play. I don't think it's enough. Luka Doncic was asked if he'll play today. He said last night. He said we'll see on that one. So I don't know. He played a back-to-back at home, I believe, against the Clippers. Yeah, he did. And so like maybe he does play. Maybe he does. Playing against his buddy. They just beat Denver pretty handedly on Saturday, February 27th by 23. Denver, let's see, Jokic and Murray are probable. Aaron Gordon's questionable. Aaron Gordon missed the last game. I think he plays here. They need to start winning to try to get the 2 seed. Denver does. They're kind of in this win-loss phase right now, like they were in the middle of the season. They're at home, front and back to back. They do play the Wizards on Saturday. That doesn't mean anything. You know what? I don't. Give me minus 14. I'll take it. I don't care. Probably not going to bet it, but I'll take it. If Luka doesn't play, just take whatever you get, guys. If it's minus 17, even with Austin Reeves' ass playing, I think Denver wins by 20. Over unders 232. If Luka plays, I'll bet it over 235. If Luka does not play, I'll take Denver team total over. That way I don't have to worry about the spread. One way or another, probably going to get there in this game, guys. Denver spread or team total over if no Luka. Yeah, they're going to smoke the Lakers. They're going to put up 120 against the Lakers, guys. No doubt about it, guys. They don't have a defensive lineup. They don't have it, guys. Luka sucks at defense. Gabe Vincent's like 5'10". He's not, but actually maybe he is. Austin Reeves isn't great at defense. Dalton Knecht isn't good at defense. You got Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt. Okay, those guys are better at defense. But still, like, the bench has no defense. The starters isn't a good defensive group. Denver off a really bad home loss to Minnesota. Denver's going to put up 120 points on a beautiful Friday night at Mile High. Okay, last game. We got the Sacramento Kings at the Phoenix Suns. Wow. This is how bad it is for Phoenix, guys. Phoenix is only a minus 2-point home favorite against Sacramento, who is currently playing Golden State and losing by 10 right now in the third quarter. Nick Richards is questionable. Grayson Allen is doubtful. Nobody else worth mentioning on the injury report. Now, Phoenix at home, and Phoenix in general has been giving better efforts. Lost by 2 to Memphis. Smoked Dallas, kind of. They should have. Played really tough at Denver. Came back against the Clippers by 20 points down. Won by 2 at home. Beat New Orleans at home on the second night of a back-to-back. But that was without Zion. Beat Chicago. No front end back-to-back for them here. No back-to-back in general. Kings players, let's see what their minutes logged is right now in the third quarter. Let me see. Everybody's playing for them except for Sabonis. DeMar's at 26 minutes, so he'll probably end the game around like 35, 36. Same with Keegan Murray. Everybody else will probably be right around 30. But they probably all play. I think they all played the last back-to-back for them. Now, if they lose tonight, which it looks like they will against the Warriors, that'll be their third loss in a row, guys. When that happens, like, teams are going to try to play hard, even on second night of back-to-backs at Phoenix. I hate to do this, guys. I think Phoenix is a good play. The Kings didn't handle the overtime loss well to the Clippers on their second night back-to-back and then got smoked by the Knicks. This is the same situation, same amount of travel, late night. Man, I hate that I'm gonna bet the Suns again, guys, because I hate betting the Suns this year. They've blown so much of my fucking money. I'm so sick of that fucking team. But you gotta take your emotions out of it and just really see for what it is. It's a really great spot for the Suns. Do they really care as much as the Kings? At home, I think they'll give a little bit of care, enough care to get the job done. They still have a shot at a really good shot at the 10th seed. They had the tiebreaker with Dallas, I believe. The Spurs are like quitting on the season. That's the team behind them. Same with the Portland Trailblazers. Portland might try to get there. That's the team that might actually sneak into the 10th seed. But the Suns, they could lose their way into the 10th seed because Dallas might not win a game the rest of the season. They're only 2 losses behind Dallas. So, yeah, I think the Suns come out and try to win this game, guys. They're not quitting on the season yet. They're going to try to make it. At home, Friday night, probably a good amount of fans show up. Give me Phoenix -2. Over-unders at 233. Okay, so this is the home road dichotomy for Suns over-under wise. They are an under team at home. They are an over team on the road. That is what they are of late, okay? I can only look under here. They may win like 120, 110, something like that. 120, 112, 117, 114. Like, all those numbers stay under, guys. I like the Suns here, guys. Probably going to bet them, unfortunately. All right, guys, that's the show. I appreciate y'all for listening. I'm doing a lot for this damn show, guys. Please, if you're listening and you like it every day, tell somebody else about it. Give it a like. Give it a comment. Show some love. Follow all my official plays at Twitter at EasyMoneyWins. And I love y'all, guys. I will see you tomorrow for Saturday's games. Until then, let's win some money, guys. Let's get after it.